I, Ruby Brown, have taken the pledge to fight for my house, and I won, and I'm saying you can do it too. My sheriff's sale was set for July 24th. One of the actions that took place on Monday was a call-in where hundreds and hundreds of people called into Bank of America and asked the bank to negotiate with the Minnesota Five. Monday at 3:42, I had received a call from Bank of America. A little over $1,400 a month when I bought the house, but when the arm kicked in, it ended up escalating to about $2,500. The tornado did about $92,000 worth of damage to my home, and you can just imagine fighting foreclosure and then, two 80-foot spruce pine trees land on your house. It was a blessing. No one was hurt. I had a moment where I thought, maybe this is my sign to just throw in the towel. I think it's incredibly important for our community, a stable community. If you look at the devastation of the tornado, you can see the displacement and the vacancies, and it's just tragic. It's tragic. When people lose their homes, the family dynamics, the family system starts to weaken or totally break down. One of the things that I was holding on to in fighting to hold on to this home was my family dynamics. I have always felt that God has blessed my family to have a place to gather as family. It's been my family home. Pretty much everybody in the family has lived here at some time as they move, forward in their own lives. My sons, they're married with their families, their wife and children. They come here. We have Sunday meals, holiday gathering. Everything kind of happens here, for my family. All of our celebrations and gatherings happen here. One of my relatives, my uncle, who struggled in his last days with cancer, was hospice here, and the whole family gathered daily to take care of him. So, we kind of joke and call it the compound. My little 4-year-old granddaughter is funny. As soon as she hits the door, she says, "Nana, I'm going to stay for 45 days and then I'm going to go home." I'm a member of Kwanzaa Community Church in North Minneapolis. I am a deacon in the church. I work with the Freedom School program, which is through the Children's Defense Fund. Our church has had a site for 11 years. We feed about 125 children and staff. I've been here going on 17 years, and I was renting, actually, before I purchased from the owner. My issues started with the bank after kind of being a victim of predatory lending. I ended up with a mortgage that had an arm, and when the arm kicked in, it escalated my monthly payments. And I heard about modification possibilities. When it all got crazy and confused, I found out that I was on 2 different modification programs at the same time, and I was disqualified from the one that I thought that I was working. After making that payment, that I got a letter saying, you're cut off, basically, the program, and we want these thousands of dollars, which was the balance of each monthly payment added up. That was, how should I put it? It was the balance of the original monthly payment. So over 12 months, they wanted that total, which went into the thousands of dollars. There was an old Jewish lady that lived in this house, and she used to be what would be called today latchkey lady. She fed the children breakfast, and a lot of the kids came from school and waited to go to Hebrew school across the street, and this group of people, was probably 8 of them, as I was sitting out on my patio one summer morning, and they were sharing all of this with me, and they wanted to come in to see the house, to see if it was like they remembered. So I invited them in, and they looked around the house, and they told me what a sweet feeling, a spirit that they felt that was awesome, that still reminded them. And then they also went on and on to tell me how happy they were that it was being cared for, in such a way. And it's like a history here that may not be biologically connected to me, but is definitely spiritually connected to me. My first real experience of watching the Occupy movement was when I came over to Bobby Hall's house. Here's somebody that's, fighting for a cause, knowing that they hadn't won any, had no victories. He was still like, let's do this. Then I was asked to come up on the stage, and when I got up there on the stage that they had built, I looked out on all these people, all these young people especially, that I thought, they don't even own a home. And when Bobby got his win, his victory, I thought, yeah, Then Monique, who was, her situation was even more dire straight than Bobby's. Part of helping someone with theirs was therapeutic, and it gave me strength. It's kind of hard to celebrate, even though it's something I've been fighting for, when you know that there's so many people still going through. So I don't think it's a happenstance that, this action went forth that Monday morning, and then that Monday evening, I get a phone call. The people at the top, do they really know what's going on? Come out of the foreclosure closet. Come on out. That there's help. There are people here in Minneapolis, Occupy Homes, Neighborhood Organized for Change, and there are organizations around the country that are fighting, and there are power in numbers. And there are a lot of people that are going through the same thing. There is no shame in what is going on. It is not your fault. It's an epidemic, and we have to fight for the antidote.